The dawn's golden light poured over the gleaming panes of the soaring office tower, glinting like embers on polished steel surfaces. Workers in sharp suits hurried through the entrance, clutching briefcases, glancing at phones, speaking swiftly as if time itself pursued them. Yet, at the edge of the sprawling corporate plaza, a man in a dark teal janitor's uniform stood silently, his weary eyes watching the rush with quiet resolve. His name was Ethan, and though he appeared just another groundskeeper sweeping the courtyard's stones, within his heart swirled a storm of duty and unspoken struggle. He was a lone father, raising his young daughter, Emma, by himself after tragedy. Claimed his beloved wife 2 years earlier. Each day he arrived to scrub tiles, clean windows and empty waste bins, his hands worn from ceaseless labor. Yet in his soul he carried the weight of 2 lives, his own and Emma's fragile dreams. That morning felt routine, almost too ordinary, until it turned extraordinary. In mere moments everything would shift, for in one heartbeat Ethan's keen gaze would catch what others missed. And in that fleeting second, when he shouted with fervent urgency, "Stay clear of the car!" lives would transform forever. Even the mightiest in that towering building would never view the humble janitor the same again. If you believe compassion, redemption and bravery can bloom from unlikely corners, please pause to like this video. Share it with someone craving hope. Jot your reflections below and join Kindness Tales Stories. Your support helps us spread tales that prove everyday souls can spark remarkable change. The day began typically for Ethan. He rose before sunrise in his modest rented flat on the city's quiet edge, where silence offered brief solace from his burdens. His alarm buzzed at 5 a.m., but often he lay awake, eyes tracing the cracked ceiling heavy with silent worries. Beside him, nestled under a worn quilt, was Emma, just 8, her hair tangled, her small arms clutching a tattered stuffed bear that held her dreams. He kissed her brow softly, whispering vows she prayed he could fulfill, promises of a brighter tomorrow, of bringing her joy, of never yielding despite life's heavy trials. He prepared her breakfast, simple toast, a single egg, a glass of milk, each act a quiet testament to his unwavering love. He packed her tiny lunchbox with care, slipping in a note, adorned with a smiley face to brighten her day. Daily, he worked double shifts to make ends meet, his body aching from relentless toil. Yet he urged Emma to dream grandly, even as his own aspirations lay buried beneath debt, exhaustion, and the enduring ache of loss. By 6:30, he stood at the corporate skyscraper, a janitor among giants. Staff barely noticed him, their eyes gliding past as if he were invisible. To them, he was merely a man with keys dangling from his belt, hauling mops and trash sacks. But Ethan saw everything. Years of cleaning had sharpened his eye for details others overlooked, a mark on a carpet, a fissure in a pane, a flickering bulb. He saw people too, their rushed steps, strained faces, secret victories, and quiet tears shed in empty restrooms when one watched. He carried these unseen moments silently, as he held the memory of his late wife, a wound that lingered like a shadow. That morning, around 8 a.m., the CEO arrived, her presence commanding and resolute. Her name was Olivia Grant, a woman in her early 30s who'd risen like a comet through the corporate ranks. She was astute, authoritative, her eyes rarely warm, her heels clicking on marble like a rhythm of power. To most, she was an untouchable symbol of ambition and triumph. To Ethan, she was another person he tidied after, though he quietly admired her strength in leading such a vast firm. Their worlds felt galaxies apart, or so he thought. Ashley stepped out later that morning, striding toward her sleek ebony car by the curb. Ethan's senses sharpened like a blade. Something felt wrong. His instincts, honed by years of hardship, screamed a warning. They'd guided him through raising a child alone, through a world that often ignored men like him. Now they roared about the car. It looked pristine, polished, dark, gleaming in the sunlight's embrace. But Ethan's keen eyes caught a faint wire peeking from beneath the driver's door, nearly cloaked in shadow. The driver wasn't the usual company chauffeur. A stranger sat stiffly, eyes darting nervously toward Olivia as she neared. Ethan's impulse raced, his mind flashing to crime dramas and news of corporate sabotage or worse. This was no mistake, no ordinary moment. Something dire loomed. Fear clawed his throat, but courage surged within, propelling him forward. Dropping his broom, he sprinted, boots pounding pavement, his voice tearing, the calm morning like a siren's wail. "Stay clear of the car!" Olivia froze, her breath caught. The courtyard stilled, time suspended. Executives turned, guards flinched, their confusion palpable. Who was this janitor to yell at their CEO? How dare he? But Ethan's raised hand, his voice thick with raw desperation, his face etched with urgent resolve, held them captive. Moments later, Olivia understood why. As her hand hovered over the car's handle, a faint metallic tick echoed from beneath, a sound too subtle for most. In the eerie silence following Ethan's cry, it was unmistakable, chilling. Her eyes widened, dread surging through her chest like a tidal wave. The driver fumbled in panic near the dashboard, his movements frantic. Guards rushed, forward chaos erupting like a storm. They pulled Olivia back, shielding her, as Ethan dove aside, pointing at the wire. "There's something there," he shouted, his voice raw with urgency. The guards crouched low, their faces paling as the truth unveiled itself. A crude butlerthal device rigged beneath the car, a bomb. Had Ethan not seen it? Had she opened that door? Had she stepped inside? All would have ended in a blaze of flames and debris. In those heart-pounding seconds, Olivia's life, the company's future, was saved. Not by an executive, not by security, but by a janitor. By a lone father who scrubbed floors and cleared bins. By a man no one glanced at twice. And so, on that radiant, fateful morning, when a single dad janitor shouted those life-saving words, everything changed irrevocably. Olivia's life was spared, and the truth of loyalty and courage blazed forth, reminding all the Thoreaus don't always wear suits or badges. Sometimes they wear uniforms stained with soap, carrying a child's hopes in their weary, calloused hands. If this heartfelt tale stirred your soul, please like this video, share it with friends, comment your feelings below, and join Kindness Tales Stories. Together, we can spread stories that illuminate the power of compassion, bravery, and redemption. Before we close, I pose a special question. What would you have done in Ethan's place? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your voice. And with that, the sun sets on this moving daytime tale, a powerful reminder that courage can shine brightest in the most ordinary of lives. Ethan's heart, heavy with love for Emma, beat with fierce purpose that day, proving one man's vigilance could alter fate itself. His quiet strength, unnoticed by so many, became a radiant beacon of hope, a testament to the transformative power of a single selfless act of courage that echoed far beyond the courtyard.